This student's name is Chloe. Chloe is currently at lesson number 15, week 5. My focus with her right now is look at the first letter, check the picture. She has a lot of serial order issues going on, especially in those 2 letter, 3 letter words. Especially with is, she'll write the S first and then the I. I noticed in yesterday's writing, can was all out of order. She'll write it correctly, it's just the serial order isn't there. So currently, our word work is single letter breaking. Um, and I'm really like having her there to just accentuate that directionality in serial order. And I'm just always talking about what do we see first? What do we see first? Her pointing, her one-to-one match with her pointing, she tends to want to use her left hand, and she's a righty, and I've kind of noticed that she tends to um cover up the words that way. So I have kind of let her use, and it's kind of a gimmick, but this witch finger here, we want to get the witch finger under the word. She's at a level 4 now, so probably here, within the next couple of weeks, perhaps we can start to phase that pointing out. But anyways, she tends to cover up the words when she does point. Like I said, level 4 right now. Today's book is actually the first level 4. So our new book will be Danny's Hair is Everywhere. The running record will be Look at Danny, which I can't even believe. I must have let her take that home. I usually set that off to the side. Anyways, so yeah, here's Chloe's. Yeah. All right, let's start off with 2 books that you would like to read to warm up.
This one and this one.
Oh, thank you for choosing so quickly. Super Danny or What Can I Be? What would you like to read first?
Super Danny.
And look, you're pointing with the
Super
finger that you
Danny.
write with. Do you want to put the which finger on? Okay, so put that fingernail right under the words. Super Danny.
I am Danny. I go and get my red socks. I go and get my red goggles.
Good job checking the picture to see what would make sense. Goggles.
I go and get my black belt. I go and get my red cape.
Oh, check them out now.
I am Super Danny.
Dun, 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 dun. And now let's read What Can I Be?
What can I be? What can I be? I can be a doctor. I can be a dancer. I can be a police officer. I can be a mail carrier.
A mail carrier.
What can I be? I can be me.
There you go. All right. And let's go ahead and move on to our story from yesterday. Look at Danny.
Look at Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Danny. Look at Danny. Look at Danny. He is running. Look at Danny. He is sitting. Look at Danny. He is riding. Look at Danny. He is eating. Look at Danny. He is my bed.
Thank you. So tell me some things that Danny was
He
doing.
slept and he jumped, he played, and pretty much he sat for a couple minutes.
He's just kind of a busy dog, isn't he?
Mhm.
Let me show you something awesome you did all by yourself. You were getting your finger right under the word here. Look at Danny. He is, you were letting your eyes check the picture to see what would make sense. You tried the first sound. Actually, you tried the first few sounds. Riding would make sense and look right. And it sounds right for how we would talk too. Now we're going to come here and make this part sound right and look right. Let's try to put our finger under every word here. Let's start at look.
Look at Danny. He is sleeping in my bed.
Yeah, this time when you said the word sleeping, that made it sound right and make sense. He is sleeping in my bed.
Mountain and smoke.
That's right. Now we're going to sort these letters by mountain and smoke detector as fast as you can. Ready, set, go.
Detector, smoke detector. Was it?
Well, let's hold it how it would look in the book. Look, there's a mountain. Push. They all have mountains, don't they? Because this part kind of slants like the side of a mountain. All right, let's get these out of our way. And we're going to look at 2 words that we just read in our book about Danny. And I'm going to build these words letter by letter. He. Very good. Chloe, if I were going to write this word, I would have to write it letter by letter.
He.
Remember yesterday how I pushed them one at a time without talking? He. Now you do that.
He.
And Chloe, when we look at this word, what's the first letter we see?
H.
H. That's the first letter. I'm going to let my
H-E.
H-E. He. And H is the first letter. All right, now I'm going to build another word from the story. Is. That's right. Chloe, if I were going to write this word, I would have to write it letter by letter. Are you ready to?
Is.
I is the first letter we see in is. That's right. Are you ready to break it by yourself today? Okay.
Is.
Awesome. Let's let our eyes look at this. What's the first letter?
I.
That's right. Let's go find those in the book. All right.
Look at Danny.
Yeah, girl. Now let's find those words that we just made at the board. Show me is. There it is. What's the first letter, Chloe?
I-S.
What's the first letter?
I.
I. So if I were ever going to write that word, I would start with I. Now show me he. And what's the first letter?
H.
Very good. Can you show me your favorite part of Look at Danny? And we'll write a sentence about that today. Excuse me. I like that too. I think it's so funny how Danny's just riding in that car. Isn't that funny to think about a dog riding? I just love Danny. He's my favorite. Anyways, what would you like to say about that today, Chloe?
Danny wants to drive in this car.
That's a great story. Danny wants to drive in this car.
It feels like a marker's missing.
Well, I put the black ones away. They just kind of bleed through too bad in this journal. Thank you for choosing your marker quickly. Danny wants to drive in this car. Danny wants to drive in this car. All right.
Mrs. Robs is gone today.
Miss Robs has a substitute today?
Yep, she's sick.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'll have to send her a text and see how she's...
Practice page.
We can always try on the practice page, can't we? That's right, girl. Okay, so... Oh, it! You just wrote it with the I first. Okay. Oh, yeah, girl. Look how you're putting that I first for is. Okay, now we're going to think about our story. Danny. Ooh, what do we see first in his name? Yep, there's a lowercase d. That's okay, no worries. Hey, but you know. Hey, we learn by our mistakes, no worries. It's his name, it's the beginning of our story, so we should make it a capital D that looks like this. Would you like to look right here and write the rest of Danny? Yeah, sometimes names can be a little tricky. You can look right there. He's got a Y at the end of his name. Okay, Danny.
What?
Can I show you what's next? Okay, next I'm gonna have this. One.
Oopsies, I did it.
Oh, do we want to make that a lowercase? No worries. When I make a lowercase n, I go down one hump. Can you do that?
Down one.
So now we're working in the word once. We're stretching that out slow and thinking about what we're hearing. Want. What did you hear? Yeah, I heard the T. So here's the word want, but we want to turn it into once to sound right. Once. What should we put at the end? Thank you for holding that like a pencil. Yep, and I noticed that you underlined Danny, which isn't a big deal, but if we would look at a book, we really wouldn't see words underlined, would we? So we can let's just leave it alone. No biggie. Yeah, we don't have to underline anymore. No worries. Danny wants... Two, that would sound right. And you wrote the T first. Good job. Let's read. Danny wants to... I know. This is a tricky sound, isn't it? Look at my mouth. Drive. Drive. Drive.
D.
A D. Yeah. Drive starts with a D. So we're going to go around, up, down. Drive starts with D. Drive. Okay, let's think about what we hear next.
I.
Close. Let's listen to this next sound. And we could use a capital, but now that we're writing a normal word, we'll just do a little R. Watch this. I've. Yep, that's how that word would look in a book. Let's read what we have. Danny wants
to drive in.
Okay, so if we're thinking about the
I know
word...
how to write in N. I am.
You said I because that's what we'll see first. Okay, time out. If we're thinking about the word in, what do we see first? I. Let's write I first then. Good job. Now we'll need the in. Yep, we can write those words in the correct order. Danny wants to drive in
the.
Okay.
The.
Mm-hmm.
R.
Can I show you what that R part looks like? It totally sounds like R just by itself, but if we would open up a book, it would look like that. Read your story.
Danny wants to drive in the car.
And you put a period at the end because you're done.
What?
Awesome.
It was already there for me.
It was already there for you. Oh boy. All right, let's put your marker away.
I did a dot.
Yeah. Let's clean that up, and then we're going to move on here to our cut up sentence.
I never told you this, but I have something like this.
You do?
But it's taller.
Oh, I see. You have a marker holder that's similar to that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now I'm going to close up your journal. And Chloe, I want you to tell me if this looks right. Read this with your finger. Tell me if that looks right.
Danny wants to drive in the car.
Okay.
Period.
Let's point with this finger, and we'll get our finger under every word.
Danny wants to drive in the car.
Does that look right to you, Chloe?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Let's cut every word apart, and we'll fix it up.
Danny wants to drive in the car.
Okay. Let me get your cut up sentence book out here, girl. And today we're on this page.
Are we going to do homework with this?
We're going to practice this a couple more days together, but I think tomorrow I will send this home for homework. Okay, I'm going to stop talking.
How will we do this?
Well, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Let's just think about making this sentence look right now.
Did I get it right?
You know what I do if I'm ever wondering about that? I just read it again. Try that.
Danny wants to
Ooh, see how if we read it again, we can think about what sounds right and looks right?
drive in the car.
Now let's read to make sure before we glue.
Danny wants to drive in the car.
Ran out of words. Let's try that again. You point.
Danny wants to drive in the car.
Nicely done. Does that look right to you?
Uh-huh.
Does to me too. So that means we're ready to glue. And I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the back. That way when you're doing it at home, you won't have your pages all sticking together. Yeah, and tomorrow we'll have a chat about sending this home. And I'll send a text to your mom so that she can expect it.
Will we have to do the whole every page?
Well, depends on how many lessons we have together, but each day you'll just fix your sentence on a new page. Okay? All right, let's read that again and then we'll get moved on.
Danny wants to go. Danny wants to go drive
There you
in
go.
the car.
Yeah, go would sound right, but drive, drive starts with a D. Drive in the car. And speaking of Danny, we have another Danny story. I think this story has some funny pictures in it. Oh, Danny. This story is called Danny's Hair is Everywhere. Look at that. It's already fluffing all over the place. Oh, jeez.
By
Mia Colton. Yeah, that's Danny's mom. She takes pictures and writes stories. Probably Danny's stories are my favorite, but I'll try to pick all kinds of different stories for you. Anyways, Danny's hair is everywhere. So we know Danny has a lot of dog hair. Danny's hair is everywhere. Let's read to find out where Danny's hair is. Okay, as always, we'll talk about the pictures first.
Danny's hair is everywhere.
You tell me about the pictures now.
I think they're pointing about all its hair.
I know. He has a lot of hair. Oh,
Hair right there.
I know. What? It's just floating around in the air? Oh, dear. Uh-oh. Hold up. Let's see if we can see what's happening here.
The lollipop could get on the sucker.
Oh, and if it would fall on the stairs? Oh, that would be yuck, wouldn't it?
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness. Let's see how this ends. Oh. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh no.
This lollipop.
Ugh.
You could just wash it off.
Well, that's true. That's a good point. You sure could. Oh, I know. Yuck. Okay. Let's peek at one word before we start reading. Yep.
Danny. Sucker went in the hair.
Oh, that's pretty yuck, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yikes. Okay. Chloe, I want you to say...
Danny's hair is everywhere.
That's our title. That's right. Now look at my mouth and I want you to say this word. Of.
Of.
Okay. Of is a tricky word, Chloe. It starts with an O. Look at this page and find a word that starts with O.
Oh.
There it is. Oh, this silly word. It doesn't even...
Of.
I know. My brain just has to remember that's of. And it'll kind of sound right as I read the sentence. He has a lot of hair. Okay.
This.
You ready for it? Yeah, go for it. That's fine.
This is dog.
Yep, dog makes sense now.
Hower.
Oh, you know, sometimes making every sound doesn't really help my brain. So, let's do this. We're going to put our which finger?
I'm used to this finger.
Right. Well, I know, but I think pointing is going to be a little better if we use the hand that you write with, sweetheart. So we'll let this hand take a rest. Okay, so here's our tricky word. Let's get our finger right here. So, I don't know that this is a word that we want to say every sound. That doesn't always help us. Thinking of the story is going to be a lot easier. Okay, this is dog. Let's just say the first sound. We're only going to say the first sound. Now look at the picture. Dog.
Hair.
Oh, that was a lot easier. This is dog hair.
This is Danny's dog's hair. He has a lot of hair.
Good job. You had a little tricky trouble, but you just tried it again. That's what I do when I get stuck. Okay, let's see what's going to happen here with Danny. Oh, boy.
This hair is... Danny's hair is on...
That's a big old word, isn't it?
It's hard to sound out big words.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Here's where I might want to think about the title. Danny's hair is everywhere. And look, Chloe, I see an E at the beginning of everywhere.
Danny's hair is everywhere.
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 Oh, no wonder that's a big word. It has 3 claps. Danny's hair is everywhere. Where did it go? Let's see. Good. That word does start with I. Let's talk about this word. Okay, I'm going to cover it up till we just see this part.
It.
Okay, and then we're going to add s at the end just to make it sound right. It's
on the chair.
It's on the chair. Let's see where else it is. It is floating in the air. Good. You're really thinking about the story. It sure is. Now let's make our finger match to every word. It's
in the
Yeah, I don't know that saying every sound is going to help me here. Let's think about the picture. It's in the
backyard.
This word is air.
Air.
It's in the air.
It's on the stairs.
Uh-oh, we had a bummer happen here, didn't we? Yep, good.
Oh,
Oh, no. That makes sense.
Danny's hair is everywhere. Did I get that right?
Well, let's check.
Yuck. Yuck.
Say it a little faster. Let's think about what would make sense.
Danny's hair is everywhere. Yuck.
Oh, yuck. When I look at that picture, I think yuck too. Yuck. So we made that look right. Let me show you another place that you made the word look right. You started out by saying this, but very quickly we let our eyes look at the first letter, D. Danny's would look right. Danny's hair is everywhere. Oh my goodness, tell me some places that his hair was. Ugh, what happened? Where did his hair go?
Hair went in the backyard.
Oh, I know, and it was floating up in the air, wasn't it? Where else did his hair go?
In the on the lollipop at the end.
Yuck. And remember when it was on the chair? I know, Danny kind of had a look on his face like, uh-oh, I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm
Wait, let
hairy.
me see.
Right here, look at his little face. He's like, uh-oh, Dad might be sad. Because it's everywhere. All right, watch me read this, and I'm going to read with the finger that I write with too, Chloe. I'll read this, and then we'll get cleaned up. This is dog hair. This is Danny's dog hair. He has a lot of hair. Can I use the witch finger? Hey, thanks. Watch me. I'm going to get my... All right. I'm going to get this right under every word. Let my eyes look at that first letter. Danny's hair is everywhere. It's on the chair. It's in the air.
It's
Very good. It's on the stair. Uh-oh, watch out, Dad. You're going to drop it. Oh, no. Danny's hair is everywhere. Yuck. What letter do we see first in yuck?
why.
Yeah, yuck. That does make sense. All right, Miss Chloe, pick 2 stories for tonight.